Hi, this is Jack Peters from CTC. I'd like to take a few minutes and introduce our SC200 series field configurable vibration and temperature transmitter. This is a 4-wire device. It will convert the dynamic vibration input or the temperature input to a 4 to 20 milliamp current output. This device can be used with accelerometers, 10 millivolts per G, 50 millivolts per G, 100 millivolts per G, and 500 millivolts per G. It can be used with piezo velocity sensors, 100 millivolts per inch per second, or 500 millivolts per inch per second. And it can be used with proximity probes at 200 millivolts per mil. We also have the ability here to take one of the dual output vibration and temperature sensors and have both inputs connected to the SC200 series and provide a 4 to 20 milliamp output for the vibration and for the temperature. So a very general purpose device, very flexible in the field. We have some features that I'd like to point out. And first and foremost is the BNC on the front of the transmitter. It is the buffered dynamic output of your sensor. So it is just a pass-through, and you can literally hook up your data collector there and get the dynamic information from the sensor. We also have removable terminal blocks, and you can see that they have small red bars which are keyed to each terminal position so that you can't mix them up. So the terminal block can be removed for wiring purposes and then just placed back in its position and snapped in place. So very easy to wire and configure. There's a full data sheet at www.ctconline.com. And I wanted to show you that we also have a 3D data sheet that you can access. And I'll pull that up for you. And here you can see that we have a 3D picture of our signal conditioner. So in your office or in your lab or workplace, you can come in and you can look at this and say, well, I'd like to see, maybe a little better picture of these terminal blocks. Well, there they are. And there's terminals 1 through 4 and 5 through 8. And if you want to see how this mounts, well, you can turn it around. And you can see that we have a DIN rail mounting clip on the back. So this just fits on a common DIN rail. So this is a very nice way to examine a product that you may not be familiar with. And you can see the features of that product. You can just rotate it right on your screen. And this is just an Adobe program. So this can be downloaded free from the internet. And you can have 3D PDF data sheets. We also offer a feature for setting up the SC200. And this is a field configurable unit. So it can be opened up just simply by popping a couple clips here. And then it can be configured in the field. Now, I'll honestly admit that when we sell a standard version of this, that is an SC203 100A 002 IR 01001K 05. What does all this mean? It means that we're using a 100 millivolt per G input. We have a 0 to 2 amplitude range. That amplitude range is in inches per second RMS. It's 10 hertz to 1,000 hertz for a frequency filter. We're also going to provide a voltage output should you need it. So we also have a 0 to 5 volt or a 0 to 10 volt voltage output. And we need to turn the power on to power this accelerometer. Now you might not find that this is the configuration you need. So we can simply come over and we can adjust this. We'll come down to factory configured. And you can do this in the field. And let's say that I want to use a 50 millivolt per G accelerometer. I want a 0 to 10 millimeter per second peak scale. And I want to measure from 100 to 2,000 hertz with a 0 to 10 volt output. Again, I still need to turn the sensor power on to make the sensor work. But I can just come down here and say, hey, generate those dip switch settings for me. Now, some of us, as we've gotten a little older or possibly need a little help from our glasses, think that this is a little small. So we've made this feature that helps you to enlarge the dip switch settings. And really all you have to do is take your signal conditioner out here and set the 3 dip switches as they're pictured right here. The other feature we have here is this is a printable page. So you might come in here and say, well, this is ID fan number 2. And then down here you could say 4 to 20 milliamps equals 0 to 1 inch per second. And you can make some notes there in this page. And simply come down here and click the print button, and that's going to go out to wherever your printer is. As you can see here, I could send it to the mailroom here at CTC. So a very nice feature. This feature is located on our website, and you can pull that up from the website. A good general purpose signal conditioner 4-wire transmitter. Accelerometers, piezo velocity sensors, displacement sensors, and dual output vibration and temperature sensors. Remember, this converts the dynamic signals to a 4 to 20 milliamp current output. Use this with your PLC, your DCS, or your SCADA system. Connect to confidence with CTC. Thank you.